down my heavy load.
Today I'm going to talk about David Livingstone. He was a missionary to Africa, born in Scotland in the early 1800s. Part of a very poor family, they all lived together in a one-bedroom apartment. At 10 years old, David started his work in the cotton mill as a piecer, tying together threads that had come apart. He would run up and down under the looms. 14 hours a day is what he worked there. And he got his education from 8 to 10 p.m. every night after he had worked a full day. He felt the call to be a missionary after a missionary had came and spoken at his church. So David saved up all of his money to pay on his family's bills, and what was left over he saved for himself to go to medical school. One day at David's boarding house, a Reverend Moffat came and spoke. David had many questions to ask Reverend Moffat because Reverend Moffat was a missionary in Africa. David wanted to know specifically about the inlands of Africa. Were there any people there? Reverend Moffat answered, "I don't think it, laddie. I know it. I know the popular view is that the center of Africa is a wasteland, but that's only because no white man has ventured inland. But I can tell you this, some mornings I have got up and looked toward the vast plains to the north and seen the smoke of 1,000 villages where no missionary has ever been." And with these words, God lit a fire in David Livingstone's heart to go preach the gospel to the unreached tribes in Central Africa. During his journeys throughout Africa, he kept very detailed journals, and this week I hope to share some of his stories with you. Remember this Bible verse today, Jeremiah 29:11 and 12. "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. And those days when you pray, I will listen." The Lord had great plans for David Livingstone.